in the campaign, it was different because there was so much hate for Obama and for Hillary Clinton. And so when I spoke up in favor of Secretary Clinton, I got torched on Twitter, and I saw people who wrote me emails saying, I'm not going to do business because, she's this, this, and this, and he's this, this, and this. Those days are gone. He won. He's our president. He's the president most likely for the next 4 years. He's our guy. And so all that changes. It's not, the hate that I've seen on Twitter has changed considerably now that he's in office. And I think for a CEO, whether it's me or anybody else, as long as you're honest and objective, what I've tried to be like, I like his tax plans, right? I like a lot of the economic steps he's taking. I am for reviewing the vetting. I think we can introduce new technology that makes our vetting of refugees and potential immigrants much stronger. But I need to see evidence that that's what's taking place in order for me to support it.
But Mark, in terms of coming out publicly for or against what Trump is doing on any specific policy, you have people, for example, who are part of Trump's CEO councils. Elon Musk trying in his own way on Twitter to call for submissions from people to help him. But then there are a lot of people who said Elon Musk should be a lot of people went on Twitter and said you should be speaking out much more publicly against the president. Of course, he's part of this council, and I imagine thinks that at least he has a better opportunity given the communication that he should be able to have privately.
You would think so. But again, we don't know I don't know what Trump's leadership style is, right? In my engagements with him in the past during the primaries, it wasn't like he got into in-depth policy, right? It wasn't like that was his thing. And Donald Trump is not a reader. Donald Trump is not somebody who's going to try to know every nuanced element of his policies before they go out. At least he wasn't. I don't think that's changed. And so because of that, it's hard to really communicate at any in-depth level with him. That's been my experience, right? Now, who do you communicate with outside, in his circle? That's part of what I'm trying to figure out. I've had conversations with different people around him. I tried to influence him with my thought process and try to learn more about theirs. But there's still a lot of certainty in my mind, and I'm sure in other CEOs' minds, about the best way to communicate, to influence, to learn from Donald Trump and the people around him, because we don't really understand his management style yet. He obviously is not a politician. That's a good thing in my mind. But at the same time, until he does a better job of communicating his vision, until he does a better job of being a leader, I don't think he's done anything as a leader yet at all. Right now he's a deal guy.
So, Mark, what do you do? What do you do besides tweet storm and calling into shows like Squawk Box? Are you going to call the president? What are you going to do?
I've reached out to every single person. I've reached out to him through his assistant. And
you have called Donald Trump. Okay, you got no response?
I emailed. I didn't call him because I don't have a number anymore.
Or you emailed him?
Yeah, so I emailed his assistants, and I get we turn the message over to him. All the people that I've spoken to in the past that know him, I've communicated with them and said, look, I'm happy to sit down. I'm happy to meet with you. I'm happy to meet with anybody. And, if I can help in any way, shape, or form, I'm happy to do it. I may not agree with him. He wasn't my guy in their campaign, but he's my guy now. This is my country, and it's country first. And where I agree with him, just like you heard me say just now, I will say I agree with him. Where I disagree, I will. And that's the political process. And did I do the same thing with Obama? Yes. If you go back to my blog, I ripped Obama about not being inclusive of entrepreneurs, about not having programs. So it's not about picking on Donald Trump. It's about doing what I think is right.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.